The characters in this book are a lot of fun, and when some of them were in serious jeopardy, I was seriously pissed with one Scott Sigler that he may have knocked somebody off.
Yeah, well, thank you. That mission accomplished. That's the goal is good guys or bad guys is, and there's not really, I don't really have good guys or bad guys. I mean, obviously you've got your protagonist that is clearly you're following the story through, but everybody's got their own reasons for doing anything. I try not to have the cardboard cut out of, I'm the evil bad guy. You know, even the guys who are causing problems are doing so for a specific reason. So the fact that you like him is good.
Your hero is a bit of a jerk at times. Colding, PJ Colding. Sometimes he makes big mistakes. He treats people, the love interest Sarah, like crap.
Well,
at points.
At points, but one of his big character flaws is, you know, I think sometimes people get used to being in charge for a long time, get used to being the biggest guy in the room, and that can go to their head, and they can throw that weight around, literally and figuratively, and he does that. And every time he does it, he's like, oh man, what did I do that for? But he's still doing it, so it's a big problem for him in the book.
Let's talk about what they're trying to do, because it's a very noble idea.
Well, they're trying to perfect xenotransplantation, which is taking animal parts, putting them into people. And this is a very big current area in biotechnology, where they're trying to figure out how to take hearts of pigs, sheep, etc., and hearts, kidneys, lungs, livers, and put those into people. This is something we actually can do, and we can hook it up, and it works. The problem is our immune system attacks it almost immediately, and the automatic reaction of our immune system winds up killing a thing which would otherwise keep us and the immune system alive. So it's a bit of a pickle. So Janata is the biotech company in this, and their idea is they're going to engineer an animal from scratch, make sure it's got the proper protein coating, and this animal is going to have human organs. If they can make this a herd animal that goes out to pasture and eats and breeds, well, then it's just like raising sheep or cattle, and problem solved. Not only will millions of lives be saved every year, but they'll make billions of dollars. Because right now, someone dies every 4 or 5 minutes across the planet while waiting for a heart, a liver, kidney, etc. If we had them, we could save them, but we have there's nothing unless someone dies first. So that, and part of their idea is they're going to sequence the genome of all mammals and kind of reverse engineer back to the ancestor of all mammals, and then they'll use that as the building blocks to create their own brand new creature, and hence the name Ancestor of the book. But this is, like you said, it's a fun summer science gone horribly wrong story, and science does go horribly wrong, and for reasons in there, instead of winding up with their 200-pound herd animal, they get a 650-pound pack predator, and trouble ensues.
I like the fact, though, that it has one of the most docile exteriors, though, because it's like a Holstein cow, except it's except it's a vicious, horrible killer, and all I can think of, that's so adorable, and it's going to kill that. Oh, it just ripped that guy in half.
Well, they're in the book they're using standard cloning procedure, which is you take an egg from the surrogate mother, you enucleate it, pull out the guts, put in new guts, put it back in the egg, and put it back in the cow, let it grow. Some of these elements I've been told, are so basic they're teaching them in high school science classes. What they did different was, because they digitally sequenced their animal, evolved it in a computer, they used an oligo machine to print out the protein and actually, fabricate DNA, fabricate a genome, put that in the cow egg, put it back in the cow. And in order to make it the same immune reaction that we have with organs, the cow might have with an alien animal inside of it. So there's a lot of cow bits in this animal. Basically everything that doesn't matter is cow. So when it comes out, it kind of has a certain look to it, but it's not something you'd see inside of a milk carton.
No, and it has a really disconcerting habit of not actually waiting to be born. And I don't think I should say anything more about that, because it's...
Well, it's really cool, both with the ibex, which is endangered, and the guar, which is very close to extinction. They've done exactly the same thing, and they've taken the genome of this animal, put in an egg of a surrogate animal that's very, very close, and they've gotten to the point where they've been able to bring it to term. But it's a C-section. I mean, they have to go in and operate to get these things out. With the isolation and the running out of options in Ancestor, though, they don't have time to do that. So the things help themselves.
Self-performing C-sections, I thought, from the inside
Yeah.
out.
Not so helpful for the surrogate mother, but good for the infant.
The book is Ancestor. It's a new thriller, science fiction, horror, front of the bookstore shelf book.
Yep.
I've been speaking with the authors Scott Sigler, and Ancestor is published by Crown, distributed in Canada by Random House of Canada.